If you can control the worrying of your self-image, what you look like, what you sound like, that'll be such a liberating experience. It's a huge thing to get over. And when you do, the feeling is just awesome. You have a tribe out there waiting to be found. YouTube is going to find them for you. Hi. If you're having trouble making videos like this, just talking to the camera, I want to see if I can help you with that in this video. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Rob. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping in. And if you're not new, welcome back. So I've got a question that I'm going to read to you. Not really a question. It was a comment that I got on one of my videos. And it basically summarizes what a lot of people are going through. And I want to address it on video like this in the hopes that it can help a lot of you. So it's going to be kind of a positive video. I mean, it's going to sound negative right off the bat, but bear with me. Let me read this. This was a message from Roseanne, and she said, "Hi, Rob. Thank you so much for your tips, strategies, and motivation. Every time I watch you, I'm inspired, so I try. And I've been trying since I retired from teaching last summer. But every time I play it back, I'm disappointed in my self-image. I know I'm hurting, and I know I need to build confidence, but all I see is a chubby old lady trying to inspire people. I bought a new camera, and I've made several videos, and I've posted very few, but I'm having trouble getting past the body image. I've gone to faceless posts lately until I feel better. Thank you for all that you do." So thank you, Roseanne, for your comment, and I'm going to address it here, and hopefully this is going to make you feel better and anybody else that feels like Roseanne does. So I think it's almost like an epidemic. People, what they think of themselves, especially after they make a video of themselves and watch it back. So what they see and what they hear is completely different to what they were expecting. Typically, that's typically how people feel. You're not used to seeing yourself on video, and you're not used to hearing yourself outside of your own body. Usually, when you speak, you're hearing yourself from inside your own head, right? So, and seeing yourself, I mean, you see yourself in the mirror, but seeing yourself on video is different, because you could be moving around and turning side to side. If you turn sideways looking in a mirror, you're not going to see yourself anymore, right? So it's just different. And if you haven't done that a lot, you're not going to be used to it. And what tends to happen is, well, let me back up a little bit. Those of us who want to make videos for YouTube and want to make them like this, talking to a camera, we've probably seen examples of people we want to be like, okay? I used to watch a ton of videos, and there are certain people that I admired, and I wanted to be like them, okay? And I tried really hard to be like them, to no avail. So because of that, we have unrealistic expectations. And when I say unrealistic, I don't mean that we can't be as good. I just mean that we can't be the same. Right? So hear me out. When we watch ourselves back, it's not going to look like the people we were watching on YouTube, and it's certainly not going to sound like that. The first, what's the word I'm looking for? Our first thought is typically, I didn't think I sounded like that. And to you, you didn't. But to everybody else in the world, that's exactly what you sound like, and that's exactly what you look like. And although it might be a shock to you, it's not a shock to anybody else. To your friends and your family, I mean, they're used to seeing you and hearing you for your whole life. So it's not new. Not that you want them to necessarily see your videos. That's a whole nother subject. You may or may not want that. Most people don't want that, but regardless, they're used to seeing you and hearing you just the way you are. And also, if you're just walking down the street, okay, strangers that see you, they don't think anything of it. They don't think, oh, that's a strange looking person, right? Or that's different. I've never seen someone who looks like that before, right? Nobody says or thinks that. And one of the reasons they don't, I mean, besides the fact that you are no different from anybody else. I mean, everybody is unique in their own way. But Most people who are out there walking around the world or existing, doing, living life, they're not worried about what other people look like, sound like, what they think, and all this. Most people are worried about themselves. They're thinking about what they themselves look like, sound like, maybe not so much sound like unless they're making videos, but everybody, maybe not everybody, most people are concerned with their appearance, right? They're going to look in the mirror in the morning, do their hair, makeup, dress nicely, whatever it is. There's a certain image that they want to portray when they go outside, right? And when they're outside, again, I'm generalizing, this is not everybody, but a lot of people are more concerned with, how they look. Are my shoelaces untied? Whatever. I'm struggling to find an example, but people are concerned with themselves. Self-absorbed. And that might sound like a negative term, but it's more a factual thing. People are just concerned about themselves. They're not worried about what other people look like or sound like, for the most part. So when you see yourself and hear yourself on video, when you play a video back that's of you, it's going to be completely surprising to you. It's not going to be what you expected, and you're typically not going to like it. It's certainly going to take some getting used to. Okay? So how do we get used to that? We practice. We just practice talking in front of the camera. We upload some videos that we make talking to the camera to YouTube, maybe unlisted at first so nobody else can see them, but kind of get used to the process, and that might help you overcome that issue. The other thing to keep in mind, and now I'm talking to people basically my age, say over 40, right, is that as you get older, as people get older, they tend to care less about what they look like to other people. I mean, when you're a teenager or in your early 20s, you're going to be more concerned about things like that. Perhaps you're looking for a girlfriend or a boyfriend or going out with friends, and appearance is everything at that age. And I don't even know when that changes, but I know it changed certainly before 56 for me, which is what I am now. Like, I could care less what I look like or sound like to other people, because I know also that everybody else is more concerned about themselves and not concerned about me at all. And the bottom line is, if somebody is concerned about what I look like, what I sound like, what difference does that make? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So if you're over 40, over 50, and making videos, presumably for people of your same age, then just think of it that way, that those people are likely not concerned with the image of either themselves or anybody else, including you who's making videos. So that shouldn't be a concern. The other thing I want to talk about is just how many people are out there and how large of a potential market there is for your videos. All right, so again, if you're concerned about the way you look, and if the way you look and sound is not the type of person you yourself would like to watch or listen to, maybe you speak slower than the people that you typically watch on YouTube. Maybe you speak faster than the people you typically watch on YouTube. Everybody is different. Everybody is unique. Everybody has their own way. And if we think about how many people there are in the world, or how many people there are on the internet with access to YouTube, I don't know what the number is. Is it 1 billion people? 2 billion? I don't know. I think there's 8 billion people in the world. Let's say 2 billion people have access to YouTube. I don't know. There's a lot. If there's like 1% of 1% of that, and I'm not going to be able to do the math in my head, but you get the idea. Just a small fraction of that is still like hundreds of millions of people, okay? Even 100 million, even 1 million people, let's say. That's like a very minute, small percentage of the possible market. If just that little tiny percentage of people are interested in what you have to say, and perhaps like the way you look, like the way you sound, like the speed at which you talk, like what you're talking about, right? If you resonate with them, if they are like-minded, right, then they are your potential tribe members. So, and I forget where I first heard this, but I like to say, I didn't come up with it. I did hear it somewhere, and it's that everybody has their own tribe waiting for them to find them. I didn't say that right. You have a tribe out there waiting to be found. Okay, there's a group of people in this world, on YouTube, on the internet, who want to hear what you have to say. And it's just a matter of finding them. And that's not your job. You don't have to find them. All you have to do is be yourself, make videos, authentic videos of you being yourself, and then leave the rest up to YouTube. If you can make content, videos on a niche, a topic, a set of topics, whatever it is you want to talk about or can talk about or are good at or are very passionate about, whatever that is, if you can make videos about those things and you are genuine, you're authentic, you're confident in talking about these things, and if you're consistently making videos about these things instead of bouncing all over the place doing, a video on this topic over here and then this topic down here that have nothing to do with each other, that would have different audiences, right? If you make all the same content, if all of your videos are targeting the same group of people, and it's important to figure out who it is you want to make videos for, who can benefit from your videos. If all the videos you make are targeting that group, that same avatar, it's called, your group of people, your tribe, then in time, YouTube is going to find them for you, right? They're going to take your video with the help of keywords, tags, your title, right? The text or transcript of what it is you talk about in your video. They're going to take all that and they're going to use that information to try to figure out who it is you're trying to reach and who might be interested in what you have to say. And they're going to put your video out, as thumbnails out in front of these people in the hopes that they are going to click it and watch it, right? And it might take some time at first, right? They're not going to be 100% correct in the beginning. Typically they're not anyways. It might take some time. But when you make a second video, that's a little more data for YouTube to figure out who your audience is. You make a third video, you make a fourth, and so on and so on. YouTube is going to build basically a database of you and of who they think you're trying to reach, and they're going to test it on these people. Whenever you put up a new video, they're going to put it out there and give impressions, right? And the more your click-through rate increases, right, which is the amount of times people will see your title and thumbnail that they actually click on it, that they measure that as a percentage, that's click-through rate. The higher that goes, YouTube will realize, oh, we must be getting better at finding the right audience, right? Or you're getting better at making thumbnails that your audience want to click. Okay, that's part of it too. So there's that. And then once people click to get into your video, the longer they watch your video, right, the average view duration, as that increases, YouTube will start to recognize, oh, this person's getting better at making videos, A, and B, the people that are clicking to watch these videos are watching them for longer. We must be getting better at finding the right people. Great. Let's test it on a bunch more people that are similar to the first batch of people we tested, right? And that goes back and forth. And so every time you post a new video, this test occurs, and YouTube will have more data because a new video is more data. And they're going to narrow down your audience. And what you're going to notice on your end, as you get better at making thumbnails and titles, and as you get better at making content with a good intro that basically delivers on the promise that you made with the thumbnail and the title, the better you get at all that, then the more views you're going to get with each new video. They're going to start to increase. And not only that, but your catalog of videos on your channel is growing, okay? So the watch hours, as views increase, the watch hours increase, right? The more, if you get new subscribers when you have only 2 videos on your channel, that's not a lot of videos they can watch. When you get new subscribers to your channel when you have 50 videos on your channel, some of those new subscribers may binge all of your content, and that's a ton of watch hours. That's why the watch hours will tend to go up, not just linearly like this, but exponentially, like this. The rate at which it increases goes up as well. For watch hours, views, subscribers, all of that. Now, will there be haters along the way? Sure. There always will be, and that's unfortunate, but if you can learn how to deal with them appropriately, then it should not be a concern, and we don't have to spend any time worrying about it. And what I mean by appropriately is we can choose to ignore them, or if they really do get under our skin, we can delete their messages, or we can block them from ever messaging again. But what you have to keep in mind is there will always be haters, even for, and if we're just talking about looks here, even for the most beautiful people in the world, the most well-spoken people in the world, everybody gets haters, hate comments. And what you have to tell yourself and remind yourself is that the problem is not yours at all. The problem is of the haters. There's typically an underlying issue there. They could be jealous of you. They could have internal issues such that, like almost the bully mentality. So like if they bully other people, it makes them feel better somehow. And again, that's their problem, not yours. And also something to keep in mind is that those people who will leave hate comments like that, they're not part of your tribe. They're not the people that you and YouTube is trying to find. Okay, so again, not everybody who's going to land on your videos is going to be a potential tribe member, right? Not everybody's going to subscribe. Not everybody's going to like what you have to say. But the more people that do see it, the more tribe members you will find, the more subscribers you will get. Okay, so the people who are going to leave hate comments are not going to subscribe, so they're not going to be notified when you come out with another video, okay? Typically. I mean, again, you're always going to get a small percentage every once in a while, but you don't have to worry about recurring haters coming back for more and more and more. If you do notice somebody coming back more than once, blocking them or hiding them is the thing to do. And then what happens then is all of their comments that they've ever made are hidden from you and also from anybody else on your channel. So to everybody in the world, those comments don't exist anymore. And everybody except for the commenter, right? They can still see it, and they might even be wondering, how come I'm not getting a reaction? How come, right? I see my comment here, nobody's commenting on my comment. What's going on? It's because they're hidden, and they're the only ones that can see it now. And not only for all the comments that they've made up to that point, but any future comments they make will be automatically hidden automatically. So you don't ever have to worry about them again. But yeah, my point there is they're not part of your tribe. They're not the ones you're trying to reach. And as your real tribe grows, you will get more and more positive comments. And you may even see some of them come to your defense, right? If you're a little slow on deleting or hiding comments that are negative. But in time, it's not going to be as much of an issue as perhaps it might be in the beginning. So if you can control the worrying of your self-image, what you look like, what you sound like, if you can control that and not let it bother you or get used to it, you will get used to it in time. But if you can not let that bother you, and if that is not a factor anymore when you try to make a video like this, that'll be such a liberating experience. And the rate at which you'll be able to make videos will increase tenfold. It's a huge thing to get over. And when you do, the feeling is just awesome. It's like the chains are off and you're free to make content the way you want to make it. And just remember, be yourself. Like being yourself as if you were talking to friends and family. Like try to picture yourself at a dinner table or in your best friend's living room or something, or you're at a party and you're just talking the way you normally would talk. If you can get used to doing that while looking at a camera lens, the world is your oyster. Like you can make videos about whatever it is you want. And so then what you want to do is practice talking to the camera and gaining that self-confidence. Because people who are self-confident, and that'll come across in your videos, but if you're self-confident, if you can talk to the camera with confidence, that's attractive. And what I mean by that is people are attracted to people who are confident. They want to listen to confident people. If you, and I mean, I just said I say and a lot in my videos, and that may come across as not knowing what I want to say, and in some cases it is. I like to chalk it up to age. I can't deliver on my thought. What's going on up here? I can't get it out of my mouth at the speed at which I want to. And so and is what I do. I'm doing my best to try to get rid of them, but everybody speaks at different paces. And I feel like I still come across as being confident. It's something I work on all the time. But if you can do that, you will attract more people faster to your videos and to your channel, your new tribe members. So that's really all I wanted to say today. I hope that helps you, Roseanne, and anybody else who was feeling the same. I know there's a lot of you out there who this is a real issue for, talking to the camera and making videos and being worried about what other people are going to think about you, about what you look like, about what you sound like. Just remember, don't try to be anybody you're not. Like anybody you watch on YouTube, people you aspire to be like, you can aspire to be like them, but you can't aspire to be them, right? You are you, and you're a beautiful person. And if you can talk to the camera and have that shine through and that confidence, you will gain subscribers and you'll be able to grow your channel. So I think anybody can do it. I believe there's a tribe out there waiting. Everybody has a tribe out there just waiting to be found. So it's up to you to go find it. So there you go. That's all I got. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you. I did it again. I got to stop saying guys, right? I'm talking to one person, talking to you, and I've done this before. And I'll have to do this again until I get used to it. But I'm talking to you. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Rob. If this was your first time here, thanks for stopping in, and it was nice to meet you. Glad we had this chat. And I'll see you in another video. Thank you. Bye. Hi, I want to help you get over the hesitation or whatever it is that's holding you back from making videos like this, talking to a camera, as that's the type of video I feel like is the best if you want to grow your channel fast. Hi there. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Rob. Nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping in. And if you're not new, then welcome back. I'm going to say most people who have trouble making videos like this come across, and this is kind of what holds them back. Long story short,